Hmm. All right. Phoenix is rising. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hopefully, those of you who were watching before will come back. Um, I am back on it. So here we go again. Anxiety is a demon who can't let go. And let me read out what I do, who I am, and what I do. Please go in the description and click on the links if you have not been a subscriber. Please subscribe and ring the bell so you know when I am going to be posting. I'm trying to post once a week. I think I'm going to double up this time because I might have to looking to get another job, so might not have the time. But my name is Tennille, and I am a transformational coach for Black, lesbian, and trans women 30 to 50 who have survived a relationship with cluster B personalities, be they family, friends, co-workers, boyfriends, girlfriends, etc., and are ready to go through the 4 steps I guide them through to break generational curses, get to know the Most High God better, and regain confidence and clarity. And the best part of this is reconnecting with your authentic selves. Um, because we are multi-dimensional, and I think the deeper we go into our spirituality as we it's like we're excavating, we're archaeologists of ourselves, right? We're clearing away, and we're, oh gosh, that looks interesting, what is that, right? And that's basically what the Most High took me through when I became homeless in 2017. And he gave me, basically it added up to 4 steps, right? Because, and I didn't have anybody else, right? I literally just had the Most High God, and who better to have on your team? That's how I know that the Most High God will bless us better than Satan. So it may be immediate what you get from um, the devil's system, but it's not a long lasting legacy. Okay. So anyway, I'm not just a coach though. I became a coach. I actually went to school to be a filmmaker, and I've been writing scripts and working on local stuff in that regards. But I am also a survivor of gang stalking. Those of you who know what gang stalking is and have experienced it know witchcraft attacks and narcissistic abuse for over 10 years. And in those 10 years, I was homeless for 3 of those years. And I survived because the divine took me through these 4 steps to my spiritual, financial, and physical and mental freedom. And I will say this, that it's not just, I'm not interested in becoming a millionaire. I already am, right? I'm more than a millionaire. I'm more than a billionaire. Anything that I need is mine. And it's not that the Most High God restricts us. It's that when they know that you have the tools to defeat them in not just the spiritual realm, but also in this realm, they get scared because they don't want cluster B personalities don't want to take responsibility. They're adult babies. Okay. But here are the 4 steps that I was taken through, that I take my groups through, and individual clients through. And that is, the first step is reveal patterns and beliefs that have kept you in a poverty mentality in all areas of your life. It's not just about money, it's about relationships. I can't have that type of partner because, it's I'm big. My big thing has always been my weight, and the demons always came after me about my weight, right? Every time. Now, I mean, I told the Most High, we were talking. I was like, gosh, it's so frustrating because I never get a picture of me fit. I always get a picture of after the attack, right? I always get a picture of the distraction, which has become in the form of firing me, or come in the form of people trying to run me over, right? Which produces stress. The fat that we have is stress. It's not from eating. Most of us have. It's not from eating. Then when we get out of that relationship, we do the comfort, because now sometimes we'll do the comfort at the same time, but I know for me, I did the comfort later on because I had to be obedient to the Most High God. It was a spiritual battle from beginning to end. Right. So, anyway, we reveal patterns and beliefs that have kept us in a poverty mentality and not living from our authentic self. Two, heal. When trauma happens, we don't get the big picture. We hone in. It's like we have blinders on. So we're in, and we're it's fight or fright or fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. And many of us will try and fight our way to go to run to go in flight. You're blocking my exit. No shame in the game. Just, most of us didn't, because part of the punishment by cluster B personalities, and when you realize from a spiritual perspective, that is what this world is built of. This is not a paradise. This is not a paradise. And I know that people don't want to hear that, but it's not a paradise. And so, um, the demons that rule this world want you to be up, right? Think about an individual when you've been in a relationship with a cluster B personality. You've been in that relationship with that narcissist, that borderline personality, that succubus, whatever. Okay, you've been in those relationships, and the first thing that attracts them to you, that they're bound and determined to control, is your energy. Whether you are in a relationship and you have a partner, or whether it's you're in a job place. And here's how you tell that people only want you around to control because of your energy, is because they don't want to know anything about you. They've already, where I work, and I'm going to talk more about this in another discussion, but briefly, where I work, they are constant. They don't want to admit that they're wrong. And it's the most bizarre thing. I have seen that you're wrong. The camera has seen that you're wrong. I have been violated. I have only been working for this company 1, 2, 3, 4 months, 4.5. And I am absolutely, and I guess, it's the Most High is like, okay, this isn't your battle, but then they bring it to you anyway. Right. So it's that gaslighting that you were fine with us, and I could feel the racism. I have been called the N word in Spanish about 3 or 4 times. Right. I know what stonewalling is, so I could recognize it. I know what gaslighting is, and word salad. Right. So and I thank the Most High for the confirmation that I truly have evolved, because I don't go into the job anymore scared that they're going to take my job, scared that they're going to do something. I had to affirm to myself. I'll get that. Sorry. Looking at the dog. I had to affirm to myself every day that, hey, the Most High gave me this job because this was not a company I was going to work for. Right? So the Most High had to give me the job. I was going in a totally different direction. And the last time the Most High gave me a job, I went from making $15 an hour to $26 an hour. Right? So we have to be obedient. And even though I don't like it there, and I keep telling myself, let's go, the Most High hasn't said, let's go, because I'm still, oh, baby doodle face, because I'm still, there's something, and the Most High hasn't, well, maybe I haven't been in tune to it too much, because I'm just like, I'm done, dude. Like, we've already done this. But anyway, back to it. The people at this job, there's the cool kids is what they call themselves, the popular group. And they openly state this, that they are the popular, that there is a popular kid, right? So you get to learn who the popular ones are in the corporation, in this business. And it's not necessarily in the corporation, but it's in, for me as a guard, I'm stationed at a location, and it could be, and so at this location, there's like the cool kids, and they're always, whatever. So, what the mistake that many of these cluster B personalities, and again, I've said, gang stalking and workplace mobbing are oh God, a sorority for cluster bees and their flying monkeys, right? And it's weird because um, this for the last 2 weeks. And I know there was a full moon in Leo or something, but so that was when the peace was disturbed. New moon or a full moon, I'm not sure. But that's when my peace was disturbed because I was like, oh, everything's going good, everything's fine, I can finally breathe, my digestive system is healing, I'm healing my gut brain. And and here comes this stress, and it was a demonic force that was demanding to that I be submissive to it. And we'd gotten rid of one, and I've talked about that in 2 videos, with dealing with cluster B personalities in the workplace. And uh this time it was just, and so it happened again, and I thought, oh God, but this is what I've said this before, Phoenixes. I've said, once one comes and slimes you, and stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed, please do, and ring the button. I want to get my views up. I want to reach more people. Please help me do that. Because I do have people blocking the algorithm. I got blocked on TikTok, and I understand that TikTok is ran. It's not ran by Americans. It's not, which I don't have time to go into the point, but something was revealed about that. So anytime you don't see, and people say, oh, well, they're threatening to close TikTok. Good. TikTok is censoring the people who are behind TikTok, who have been hired to do, kind of admin stuff, like if I'm on YouTube, and I get people who can bounce people out of the room or do whatever, right? Okay, so those people have agendas. When you sign up, go make an account. If you want to, go make an account, sign, and then use that Google account to sign up for TikTok, and tell me what comes up. What are the videos that come up that you are literally bombarded with as if you were in that country? What videos come up? Because see, they have the ability to bump your views or ghost your views. So I don't give a shit, pardon my friends, but I don't care if TikTok goes down or not. I really don't like social media. I really honestly don't. I didn't when Facebook was out, my MySpace and all that. I wasn't really doing it because I like to meet people in person. It doesn't mean that my spidey senses don't tingle online, but I'm old fashioned. Right now, everybody's talking about, oh, get back to the basics. Okay, well, we should have thought about that now. Now people are having a hard time spelling because everything's just coming really quick. So anyway, sorry, I got totally off guard. So first issue off the point. So 4 steps: reveal patterns and beliefs that have kept you in a poverty mentality and not living from your authentic self, right? So that means that what comes up when you ask the Most High God, what comes up, because this is what I did. I asked, why am I homeless? What inside of me is sticking me here, right? That what belief do I have? What is it? I don't, you know what I mean? Please reveal it to me. And it was. So what was revealed, what I was able to face, I was able to then heal, go through the steps of healing. Right. And I do have a workbook on that, my Amazon. You can go to the link in the description if you want to do the workbook by yourself. Right. You don't want me or whatever. You can still, schedule an individual appointment, 60 minutes, $90. Okay. You can do that. That's still available, I believe. I got to make sure the link, it's been a while, you guys. Hold on. Like I said, I've been going through my battles of people literally trying to off me. They don't want the truth getting out, and it's not an exaggeration. It's not something I'm saying as a ploy. It really did happen. They already had sacrificed 3 of my fur babes, right? They were trying to kill my other fur babes. make one crazy and make the other one, crazy, but also to get her they wanted me to watch her die, basically. She, anyway, very crazy, very sick people. And this is why it is important. It is absolutely important that you guys do your work. Stop skimping. Stop skimping. Get a counselor, because I am not your counselor and I'm not your psychiatrist. I am a coach. I coach you through to the other side from where you are to where you say you want to go with my niche. My niche is Black lesbians and trans women 30 to 50 who have survived a cluster B personality relationship and they're starting over again. But they don't want to go with the same mind. They want to change. They need support. They need help. They need guidance. That's what I'm here for. Okay. So heal when trauma happens. We don't get the bigger picture, only a snippet. So understanding brings healing. Know better, do better. When we do the flight or the fawn, we're not facing our fear, right? When I go to work every day, I face a fear and I realized God brought it up to my memory, my awareness rather, that I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm not staying at this place. It's in divine timing though, and I'm making the calls and I'm putting in the applications, but I'm not afraid, right? I am not going to allow you to distort my energy or my body because you're toxic, because you are demon possessed and you don't want to heal so those demons can go away. Now, mind you, not everybody has a cluster B personality. A lot of people are just toxic because they don't have any guidance. They don't have anybody who's like, okay, this is what I've been through. What I have done, you can do and more. Right? So every day that I go, I face the people who are snarling and biting at me and slandering me. One woman threatened me physically and nobody did anything. The account manager, nobody did anything. Nobody wanted to look at tapes when I was threatened before. Nobody wanted to, because there's a stonewall. There's a camaraderie between. They're going to pick their kind first, right? But yet they will, cluster Bs can manipulate using whatever is at their disposal, be it race, be it gender, be it sexual orientation. It doesn't matter. They're going to exploit it. If it means destroying you and making you look stupid, they will do it. I had a young lady who bold-faced lied on me. Lied. After one day of me giving her an opening and I felt it, she goes, "Oh, you admitted that. So now I can manipulate." I admitted it because I did it and I'm not a narcissistic psychopath. Because there's nothing you don't have, you know what I mean? One thing that with cluster B personalities, they believe that they have the power to do anything, whether it's authentic or not, or just in their mind. They can't tell that they have a psychosis. Everybody else does though. Or they're in a psychosis. Okay, so basically I wake up every morning and I face my fear. I do my prayers, I do my meditation. I ask for guidance and strengthen the sphere of protection around me and my babies, and I go about my business. I'm there to work, right? That's all I do. So because I am not going to go with baggage. I am not going to transition from this plane with baggage in another. Okay? So be mindful of that, Phoenixes. The third step is grow. Release your fear, guilt, and shame, and forgive others, including yourself. You are no longer carrying your baggage. What did I just say? So you see how these steps intertwine, or interwoven together, but you still need to take them apart. Okay, show, because then that way what you can go back a step if you need to, for if, let's say, you got an incident of poverty. Okay, well, I was doing okay and I had to call myself out today because I was like, okay, what is keeping me from just quitting this job and working on motivational speaking and things like that, writing my book. I've got the rough draft done, editing, right. What is keeping me? So I'm asking for more revelation on that, because it's like, okay, I'm not in a poverty sense, but really I'm holding myself back because why? I'm still dealing with what it was like not to be homeless with no money and nobody caring. People waiting for you to die, watching and trying to help you die. So homelessness, is the fear of homelessness, has been a problem. Right, but there's something else. It's like, okay, why do I feel like I can't? Because it costs money, because right there. So the Most High is still revealing that, but we grow from the guilt and shame. So the fourth step is show. When similar situations arise, we respond with emotional intelligence and faith in the Most High God and ourself and our spirit team. Right, so that's what I do when I wake up every day to people who are lying on me, people who need me to be wrong. Right there, and really, that is, this, I've never seen it happen. It's fascinating. Maybe I shouldn't be fascinated, but it really is fascinating to me that people, I got a supervisor who, the leads of everybody, who's over this place, and he's having an affair with a county employee. And you have two groups that are, two couples that are sleeping together, whatever. And which doesn't, I don't care about that. But see, a lot of times what cluster B personalities don't expect is for you to say anything about them. They expect you to be so embarrassed and so ashamed of whatever they're bringing up or doing and so fearful that you aren't focused on them, or not focused, but that you don't get a download about them. And that has always been me. It's like, I'm fine when you leave me alone, right? If I'm wrong, whatever. You need to reprimand me, you need to write me up, go ahead and write me up. But when you're using a write-up to control me and to make me submissive to you, oh no. And you're doing bad, and I'm watching you on the camera. See, this is the first time that I've had people that I've been around a group of narcissists. I've gone through the workplace mobbing. But it's weird because now the tables have churned, because I report everything that I hear. Because now, I don't like doing that. But see, with cluster B personalities, they are childish. They are adult babies. The high school things keeps playing out, right? And those who are in the cool group, right, they thought, okay, well, yeah, you could be cool or whatever, we can siphon your energy. But when I cut off my energy, they became enraged. And it's not the first time. All week they were dropping bombs, right? So, I showed that I am not going to be bullied by anybody. If you're going to take my job, and I told them very bluntly, which I was so happy about, because it's like, and when you go through 15 years of heartache and hardship, I'm trying through my documentary I'm working on again. They've distracted me from, this is, I'm working on it again, because it's still, it's still a sore thing, because it's hard when you have to watch somebody you love die, and that they've died because somebody killed them, right? So trigger warning, but you know what I mean? It's hard, Phoenixes. It's hard. But I am transparent, and I'm not going to pretend. I'm mad. I'm still mad. I have the right to be mad. I have the right to be mad that somebody has blocked my blessings or blocked a connection with me and my kin, what I call a soulmate, my kin, from communicating. My kin also fought spiritual battles with me. She was, I mean, I remember in this, see, I've told you guys about my gifts. If you haven't read, listen to some of the older podcast discussions, but I've told you guys about my gifts, right? And I've only enhanced because I really deadened myself because it was, people were so terrified by me. Like I spoke telepathically so loud that people were hearing me and they were freaked out. Right, because it's an energy, it's a vibration, right? So it's like when anyway. I'm sorry, I'm already worn out, but anyway, anxiety. So let me get to this. So I deadened myself. I went dormant. Somebody called me a dormant dragon before I became homeless. It was one of my roommates that I'd gone to the craft fairs or seen at a certain craft fair, and she said, "You're a dormant dragon," you know, and that dragon is no longer dormant. And I was a dormant dragon. I was just a stagnant dragon. Like, you know, I used to be really on fire. Now I'm just calculated about it. Like I said, we play chess, Phoenix is rising, not checkers. Right? Your blessings are truly in your ashes. So rise to the occasion. And when you rise to the occasion, it's going to be superb. And you got to stick with it. But I mean, do not be discouraged when, and I understand in the Bible, it's always talking about be not discouraged, be not dismayed. I can understand because once you get on that track, they are relentless. And they have been relentless since the first write up. When the second write up, I told them, no, I'm not signing it. And that's what the Most High my Most High didn't want me to sign it. Sorry. The Most High didn't want me to sign it. Um, they were like, no, So the Most High has been speaking to me through other people. And I'm mad because when I was fasting and sometimes forced to fast because of the intensity of the attack that was coming towards me. And so I mean I did this for 3 years, you guys, so no wonder I got a big stress belly. And I've shared in another podcast discussion about how when we got to where the Most High placed us, all of us pooped so good. And I don't mean to be gross, but we did. We pooped good. And I literally felt that this is why they say it's your gut is another brain, another heart, right? Um, and both a brain and a heart. And it's another living entity, like your body as a whole, right? You can't have this without everything else, right? Just like you can't have your heart without everything else. It's a living entity. And it houses your memories. It houses as part of your Akashic records. And I could feel it, like it was like as if I had a baby. Think about this, as if I had a baby, and I could feel it kicking, right? I could feel it moving. My intestines literally rose up and down as if inhaling and exhaling. And I could do nothing but cry because it felt so good. We inhaled and we exhaled. And I still do this because whether I mean, the Most High just brought it up to me at work. It's 2 o'clock in the morning now, and I'm bound and determined to get started on, prepare myself for when everything just starts hitting like wildfire. Because I am determined to work for myself. Because after this experience, I was like, okay, I can't keep working for a US corporation that is allowing foreign interference. That's me personally, allowing foreign interference where they don't have authority. Okay. Um, so anyway, uh, so basically, yeah, 4 steps. So in a nutshell, coaching with me, you can be assured because I've gone through what many of my clients have and conquered it. And so a lot of it's witchcraft. When they can't get you in the physical phoenixes, they will get you in the spiritual, right? And they will go through when you're sleeping. I have a succubus who attaches itself to me, literally, and not just the succubus. I have at least 3 people who are still trying to attach themselves to me through projecting their consciousness, astral projecting to me through attaching themselves to my chakra, my Muladhara and my Saraswati, or my Svadhisthana. And I mean, like literally, when as I said, when we were decompressing, and I was just listening to my body and just feeling it and just cry, allowing myself to cry. Oh my God, I allowed myself to cry so much. Which is very, because that thing, once I started crying and melting and allowing the Holy Spirit, allowing the Most High God to just heal me, and the angels to be around me, that thing, whatever had it, because it was literally like venom. I keep saying this in other podcasts, and this is what this person thought. This person thought that they could steal my destiny, or that basically wherever I would go, they would go, and they would attach themselves from the astral realm to my brain and connect with me on my right side. And I asked God the other day, um, during my shift quiet time, and I said, because that's I love quiet time. I just can't take the graveyard. But I asked the Most High God, it's like, reveal to me why they won't go over to my left, that they're always screwing with me through my right. They may merge to the left of my body, but they always enter through the right. I was like, how are they doing that? And before you guys say anything, no, I'm not letting them. We don't let them. People with cluster B personalities, demons, they do not have boundaries. They feel that they are entitled, right? That's their grandiose sense of self. I'm entitled to whatever you have. And I won't let you have it unless you share it with me. I won't let you be with your kin unless I get to vicariously attach a cord to siphon your experience as if it's my own. Feel me, Phoenix is rising. So, yeah, work has been very interesting. It's been a learning lesson on a different level about workplace mobbing. So now that is an option, but it just increases my skills and being able to bring you the steps. So what I have done is I speak out every single day. There is no fear. God has not given me the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. These guys have tried to make me crazy. So when you flip the script on them, like I have, what I started doing is like, okay, you are actually committing crimes. That's like the pedophile Nazi Nortaniel. I don't know how you say the gang's name, but Nortaniel's member, Puerto Rican and Italian, lesbian, who decided that they wanted to accuse me of what they are, and as a way of snatching my body and my energy, because I was not interested in her, because I would not let her condition me. She was trying to condition me for her to use me up. And she was racist. She is racist. Another thing I found out about her was not only that she had kidnapped a woman and her son, who the woman was outing her as a pedophile, and that she had essayed her son. And I don't, for the life of me, being the whether whether you consider yourself in this the LGBTQ AI community. Now I know why it's AI, but in the community as as trans does not make it okay for you to SA anybody. That reminds me of trans white, I think it was a Hispanic trans man who trans woman who went into prison, demanded to be put in the women's prison, and raped every single one of them. I mean, come on, you guys, you see what I'm saying? So this person thought that they could bully me while I was on the streets, and that nobody would be the wiser. Right? Because they had done it so many times before and gotten away with it. What they didn't realize, and what they started to realize after the second year, was that I have gifts. You have an ability caused by drugs and trauma that you did to yourself, that were self-inflicted as a ritual that you people, that these northerner Mexican gang members do. And they let everybody into their gang. Like, doesn't matter what color, as long as you sign the pact. Makes you think about somebody else. As long as you signed a pact with Santa Muerte and to uphold their agenda, right? So now they're all united. They're not La Raza anymore. They're united. They're unistitos. So, but once I started getting into her, when you're in somebody's energy field and you're astral projecting, please don't think for a moment that you've hidden yourselves from us, because we can feel you. And we can feel your deepest, darkest, ugliest thoughts. This lady, this creature is a demon. There's no human in her. There's no likeness. There's no nothing. There's not a spiritual being in there. There's just a demon. There's multiple demons. Right? Because what she thinks about doing to, and trigger warning, she is obsessed and infatuated with dark-skinned children. But because she thinks that we're dumb. I don't understand that. Well, for me personally, and we'll start talking about this. The anxiety is a demon that who can't let go. For me personally, what I've experienced is that with these cluster B personalities, because I've had Mexicans, I had a Mexican coworker tell me basically that I was stupid. Male tell me basically that I was stupid. Okay. I've been called the N word in Spanish a lot of times, them smiling in my face. And that's the thing too, is because with this job, that's giving me so much, intel from a corporate perspective, is they'll smile in your face. Oh gosh, you're doing this, you're not doing that. Right. But okay, yeah, we like you, but I can tell you don't like me. And that's okay. And I haven't done anything to them. But as you know, with people who are cluster B personalities, you've always done something wrong to them. And now, I mean, I got an actual business that's claiming that I've done something wrong. I had the new account. She's not new, but she had sabotaged my my badge. I needed a badge to work for the county so I could badge in at any county site. She sabotaged my badge. I went down there. They didn't think that I was going to go down there. I went down there. The Most High God said, go down there. I went down there, and that place told me, your badge has been ready for you to get. They didn't answer us for 2 weeks. She said, it's actually going on a month. They haven't answered us. And another the account manager for my site was being blamed for it, but really it was this nasty lady gaslighting me, telling me that, oh, well, there's nothing we can do about it because she didn't want to fight. She gaslighted me the whole time, whole entire time, until they said, okay, well, we got to kick you off. And I'm like, well, how are you going to kick me off? I just moved here. I had literally just moved here. And I'm thinking, oh my God, like I know that you gave me this job, Mama God. Why am I having to go through this? Because of this lady. And now she's pretending. So these guys they wear mini masks, and they change. These particular cluster bees are indifferent to what you think about them, because they feel that their strength is in their numbers and in their ability to collectively stonewall. Everybody shuts down when one of them has done something. Everybody reacts to the person who's brought up what they've done. It's the Borg. We'll talk about it. So, the reason why I say anxiety is a demon that who can't let go is because I started having anxiety at just recently. And it's been off and on, but it's like, this is not my anxiety. Right? I'm kind of like, I know that part of the symptoms when you leave, because I've left an environment that was literally had a principality over it, a demonic principality over it. Demons are narcissists, of course. they're that whole cocktail. So whatever growth I had with myself was fine. It was that, we had to purge the rest of it. And I started having anxiety, and I was like, Mama God, why am I having anxiety? Sorry, that's my mantra. Why am I having anxiety? And that's when it came to me. I always have a yellow sticky notes. And I wrote on my yellow sticky notes to take notes and to take, bits and pieces of what I get downloaded. And I'll put them on my community tab once I collect them all, and I put them all on my community tab. And when I remember, or they become topics. And they said, well, anxiety is a demon that can't let go. So you have to purge yourself of any of other people's regrets. Because I've said this and people don't seem to believe me. Because they're done with it doesn't mean they're done with the cluster B personality. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're done, that the cluster B personality is done. The cluster B personality is going to continue on until you see things their way and you come crawling back, because everything is your fault. Imagine working for a corporation that, when I started working for this place, they thought, oh gosh, yeah, we're basically everything you wanted to hear. They bombed you. And I remember thinking that, because there was a lot of entities that were swarming around. And I remembered thinking that this is the gaslighting. This is the love bombing stage right now, right? Please check out my Etsy too. I have Phoenix's Rising Phoenix's designs, and I'd love for you guys to check out my Etsy. I got some designs for the tribe here, so just a note. So anyway, and I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, they're love bombing. We welcome you, we don't care about the color of your skin or anything. But one thing that I realized now, I'm dealing with Mexicans, not white people. And these guys, not all of them, but not all white people are racist either. Okay. And not all black people are saints. But with the Mexicans, that they dominate the area and they dominate the business in this area. So that's all you're going to have them at, and so they're cultural. And I told the lady when she talked to me, she said, well, you're the problem. And these guys get bold. They can't keep, unfortunately for them, they cannot, these ones, especially if they're toxic and narcissist in this culture, keep it because they're so arrogant about it. So they can't keep, they can't just let it go. right? They can't pretend that they don't feel animosity or hatred towards people, right? If you feel threatened, you feel jealous, and you feel threatened. And when you get the opportunity, often said to my abusers, when resources meet opportunity, I have clearance in the spiritual realm to do whatever I need to do. See, mine's righteous. I really got that download. Like the Most High said, if they try and come after you with violence, take it out, take them out. I got you. Because they were trying, where before we left, they were there was always a plot to run into my break into my hotel room and do whatever. Before we left, I'm clairaudient. And so, not saying that I'm always tuned in, because I like peace. I like to meditate and I like to commune with the Most High God. A lot of times there's no words being said. It's just the energy. I'm just relaxing. You know what I mean? I'm meditating in his energy. And so, but what I did get was a clear voice of, and kill her dogs too. Not too long after that, dude that I recognized when I first became homeless, and I guess he wanted to take up the challenge. And I have a picture of him on an elliptical bike, or one of those stepper climbers at the Planet Fitness. And I don't quite know what he was doing. He was wearing white, and as I said, Nazi colors of the Northerners. And yeah. I was so fed up. I was like, okay, we're done. We're gone. We're gone. So anyway, anxiety is a demon who can't let go. When they attach to you, and you can sense that they are attaching to you, these cluster B personalities, those of you who understand how the cluster B will never let go, you are forever going to be in their minds, because you got away, because they didn't finish you off. Unfortunately, Phoenixes, and but for the grace of God, we're still here. But unfortunately, they want to kill you. You know? And trigger warning, but me, I'm sharing with you experiences that I've had with women that I have never dated. I'm sharing with you experiences from my job with coworkers that as soon as I set a boundary, I am the most hated, disgusting, N-word, fat female dog, you name it. Now I'm not a nice person because I'm not being mammified. I'm not allowing you to make me into a mammy. Right? But I'm not allowing people to force me to have only one emotion that they're comfortable with. I am a multidimensional being. I cry. I get angry. I get sad. I'm still grieving. This was supposed to be the transition to heal, too. And that's one thing that they don't want you to do. Again, these guys have a Borg syndrome. It doesn't matter. A Borg, energetically, they all act like the Borg. So it's not that you're attracting if you've done your real work, and you'll be able to be honest with yourself. If you've really done your work, you're not attracting cluster B. The cluster B is attracted to you because you have something valuable. Right? And they're always in competition. So if the other one didn't get you, then this one's trying to get you. Right? In the workplace, it's really weird because I started having people all throughout the week all of a sudden get attitudes with me and claim that I have an attitude. It's my attitude, but because, I had somebody who got mad because I went to go get a paper towel to wipe my nose because it was dripping. That woman was not written up. So when they get anxiety, and I felt the anxiety from a coworker today, but it was an angry anxiety. It was a rage, like, you're doing this and this, tit for tat, and you're reporting us. And because I started reporting everybody. Anytime they do something, it's okay. Hey, can you get this person over here, please? And I told the account manager, the one who was actually the one who didn't want to give me my badge, and they blamed it on somebody else. Not everybody who they claim is a narcissist actually is a narcissist. You have to test the waters. He might have been going through some stuff for a long time before I came to work for the company. So it's basically when you leave the narcissist, and the narcissist realize that you mean business and that you're going and you're taking your power back and everything, they get anxiety because they can't feed. They have attached or tethered a cord, a monitoring spirit, a fragment of themselves, since they are fragmented. They are demonically fragmented anyway. And when they can't feed, when you start feeling your shoulders start hurting one side over the other side, you feel sometimes I'll feel like something's crawling me. I don't do drugs, don't drink alcohol, quit smoking cigarettes. It's been over a year, right? Walk to work is about 4.5 miles just to get some exercise, because I don't have time to actually go to the gym, right? But just, not to get any fatter. Yeah. They're attaching themselves to you. And when they know that you sense them, when they know that you're sensitive to energies, and that you will immediately detect a foreign object in your field, in your airspace, and you will remove it. It's not that we're not able to remove it. It's that they're stubborn. The succubus believes. I mean, I've been, this woman is the piece of work. She really thought that she was going to offer me to live in a meth house, and I would be jump for joy at it. Right? I mean, and she's been mad ever since. Like, this is literally going on about 2 years ago. Even moved. My dreams when I moved were not were very active with, and I got to understand that these people were doing witchcraft to envelop me in such a despot environment with, I remembered smelling and seeing and feeling, we're in a better, I can breathe easy now, right? They still try and do the looping spell. It's not that I'm complete, that people, as I've said in other podcasts, they did come, right? They did come to see where I was. Somebody, you know what I mean? It's like sometimes you can block them, and and other times somebody seeps through, right? But they came, and it was almost as if this has been a spot for people to get away from gang stalking, or to get out of the gang stalking world. I have not seen those people since. Right. And I don't know if it was an accident. I don't know what happened. But all I know is that I saw at least 3 or 4 people who I recognized from being gang stalkers, and one I recognized from being with the succubus, which is absolutely disgusting. So I hope to God she's not here, because I do. But anyway, when you leave them, when you flee from them, they take that as an offense and they get scared though, because when your light is shining bright and you're away from them and you start to grow and you start to heal, they get anxiety. You think that it's you, but it's not. It's them because they like to transfer their insecurities, their character disturbances to those who don't have them because they feel that you deserve to be feeling like them and they deserve to be feeling like you, which is light in heart, light as a feather, right? Because you do the work though, right? They don't want to do the work. So the anxiety could possibly be, I'm not saying that it's not neurological, I'm not saying that it's not part of, that you're not going through what you're going through. It's not a symptom of healing, because it certainly is. It certainly is a symptom of healing to have anxiety, right? Because you're not going through something anymore. That's a sign that, okay, I'm not in it, I'm out of it completely, but my body's reacting to something I've smelt, to something, all of a sudden there's sometimes where I'll just stare, and I don't do it for long. I catch myself, but it's in my mind's eye, it's something's being replayed. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I can't even see it, but it's like I'm there. That's where I'm at. Right. So it must have been a reaction that I had to going to seeing so much evil. Right. So anxiety is a demon who can't let go of you. And that's the cluster B personality, because you were a good supply, because they want to what you have been divinely ordained to receive. They want the finances, they want the soulmate, they want kudos, but they don't want to do what you've had to do. Right. And some of us have been lazy like that too. It's like, I'm tired of working hard all the time just to not get anywhere, because we didn't understand the system that we were working in. Right? So coaching with me will help you to understand the system that we're working in. What makes me a wonderful coach is that, like I said, I will come from the esoteric. I will come from the spiritual. That's all we got to do that. So I'm going to talk about books that I've read. I'm going to use terms that you may not know. And a lot of people, especially Black people, unfortunately, they get upset. It's like, oh, you're trying to use too big of words. If you feel insecure, then I'm not the coach for you. If you feel insecure about the words, my vocabulary, I can't help you, because I'm a lover of words. And honestly, it did affect me when that coworker insinuated that I needed to get a smarter partner. You know what I mean? You're saying that I was dumb, and and we were talking about like real estate and stuff. It's like, well, get somebody that's smarter than you, or whatever. But anyway, he may not have meant it like that, but I took it. That's the way I took it, because when you do get out of a cluster B relationship, whether you're married to them or whether you just knew them briefly and they've been stalking you for the rest of your life, when you do get out of that type of relationship, uh, even if you haven't been by them, especially if they're doing witchcraft so you could be dumb. Ogre did not like, and I've talked about her before, and I told you guys I'm gonna continue. I don't like people that steal the innocence of children, and especially you're a racist. And the fact that she still exists, and she has a good mask, but she also has a good cover. You have a whole cartel covering you. I don't know if she's a part of it still, but there were things that she was telling me about the cartel because she thought that I was too stupid to do anything about it. She thought that I was powerless and they had all the power. That's the only reason why she told me. Right? But it shuts people down when I say your own gang member told me this. And this is a 60-year-old lady. Stark white hair. She just dyes it jet black. You know? So anyway, but um the anxiety, but if you are dealing with anxiety, listen to some chill step orchestra. I've listened to Baroque symphonies play, Mozart, anything that's going to calm your nerves. Just and deep breathe, go to inhale, hold for 6 seconds, exhale slowly, and repeat that at least 20 times, because the holding it just helps you to sit still, helps everything to calm down. All right, it helps you to calm down, helps your mind to calm down, helps your, I don't remember the terminology, but something to do with your uh amygdala, because when we're going through that stress and that trauma, right, like my body, I've told you, my body literally exhaled. I felt it exhale. It was the most beautiful, but it let me know what I'd actually been through, what I had actually survived. I've always said to write 10 things in a journal, write 10 things that you're grateful for, write 10 things that you've accomplished, and write 10 things that you love about yourself. 10, 10, 10. Because a lot of people didn't get far, right? A lot of people stopped their journeys right when they were, there's in a 12 step, they say don't stop 5 seconds before the miracle, right? And sometimes it's just those 5 seconds that get us through the days, right? Those days, we get every 5 seconds make up a 24 hours, and then we go into the month. Sometimes it's really hard, and it's lonely. It's lonely, because people don't believe us. I don't know how many times I've been called paranoid. But when you've survived gang stalking, that's what it's there to reflect a mental illness that you don't have. It's there to create it. It's there to induce it. Right? But wisdom, knowledge is power. So you getting to know you clears the your spiritual pipes, your spiritual network, so that you can hear your guides, whatever you call them. You can hear your guides talking to you and leading you and guiding you, because that's what happened with me. I got to know them by name. And even though it saddens me now, I've often been like, gosh, I got to go back. But I know that fasting, I went from intermittent fasting to fasting too much. And I wasn't getting enough food in. And so that's how I gained weight, because I was not eating all my protein. I was not really intermittent fasting. I was just fasting and then eating once a day. You know, I didn't have the protein that I needed for my body. Da 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 da. Right. And even when I would get it, and I would get a psychic attack, or I would get them gang stalkers, and they're flying monkeys coming for me and trying to set me up. And I would like, okay, I had several of them try and pay uh homeless guys to screw with me at night when I'm going to work. In the morning, I had it for 2 weeks, where in the morning and at night they would mess with me. At morning and at night. I had so many people in my energy. It felt like I had about 30 people in my energy, all with diseases, all with health issues. Those of you who are true empaths, you know what I'm talking about. You know what that feels like. There's so many books on it, that with other empaths recalling, gosh, I felt the cold, or I felt people's what is that called? Menopause. I've gotten hot and cold right along with them. Like, I don't got all this, man. You can take all that back. You know? So we learn it's been a lonely road, but I don't regret it. But it's the point of being on this journey is feeling it and being present for it. Being present for it. I can say right now I've laughed so much, even with, I mean, I was laughing with coworkers today, but because I know not all of them. That's just some things that the when the cluster B attacks us, whether at work or whether with our friends or family or whatever, when they attack us, they want us to feel isolated from everybody else. That's why they slander us, because we get joy, we get fulfillment out of communing with other people and sharing our passions and things of that nature. They don't. They want to hoard. They are hoarders. So sometimes, when you've, like I said, if you have anxiety, listen, take a nice hot bath with some Epsom salt, get some lemons, get some teas, get the fragrance. I know for me, incense, fragrances, soft music will do it for me. Get enough sleep, drink enough water. That's what I'm realizing I didn't do. I didn't drink enough water because I was in fight mode a lot. I was in fight mode because I was forced to be. And how God helped me to heal and get wisdom and revelations, it's is unbeknownst to me, because now, when I feel what my body's gone through, the effects that it's had on my body. Right. So anyway, Phoenixes, this is it. Hopefully you guys got something out of it. Sorry I had to start over. I appreciate those who have dropped by. I deleted the other one because now the sound's on. So hopefully you guys got something out of this. If you have, please share in the comments below. What has been your experience with demons? Do you guys agree that anxiety is a demon who can't let go? Let me know in the comments below. Share with people. Like, go and click on the links in the description box and support my other channels, and I will talk to you soon. Remember, your blessings are in your ashes, Phoenix. Rise.